My name's Patrizia. I'm the nurse here today, and I'm just gonna do a brief interview with you and just ask you some questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about what brought you in here today?
Well, I got in a car accident. I hurt my wrist and my jaw pretty bad.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you know what contributed to the car accident? Can you remember?
Well, I swerved off the road, but I think that it might be due to the drinking I did beforehand.
Oh, okay. So, can you tell me a little bit more about your drinking? Like, how often do you drink?
I drink every day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm.
Do you use any other substances? Like, do you smoke cigarettes or use any other drugs?
No.
No. All right, well, I have this tool here with me, and it's called Audit, and this just helps me look and see some of the risks associated with your drinking pattern. Do you mind if I ask you some of these questions?
That's fine.
All right, so how often do you drink a drink containing alcohol?
I drink every day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm.
All right, how many drinks containing alcohol do you have on a typical day when you're drinking?
I usually have like 6 or 7 shots.
6 or 7 shots,
Mm-hmm.
okay. In a shot, are we talking about a regular shot glass or a double shot glass?
Yeah, it's just a regular one.
A regular one, so you said 6 to 7. Okay, and it says, how often do you have 6 or more drinks on one occasion?
Well, I have 6 or 7 every day, so.
Okay. And how often during the last year have you found that you were not able to stop drinking once you have started?
Pretty often.
Okay. How often during the last year have you failed to do what was normally expected from you because of drinking?
Maybe a few times.
Okay, a few times. So would you say like less than a month or on a monthly basis, weekly?
Probably maybe once or twice a month.
Okay, once or twice a month. And how often during the last year have you needed a first drink in the morning to get yourself going after a heavy drinking session?
Well, I usually start in the morning after I wake up. So.
All right. And then how often during the last year have you had a feeling of guilt or remorse after drinking?
I feel pretty guilty most of the time. Okay. I don't know, I just can't stop though.
Yeah. How often during the last year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because you had been drinking? So this is talking about like periods of blackout or just...
Maybe a couple times.
A couple times a week, a couple times a month?
Probably a week.
Okay. And have you or someone else been injured as a result of your drinking?
Well, I think the accident might have been due to my drinking, so.
Okay. And has a relative or friend or a doctor or any other health worker been concerned about your drinking or suggested that you cut down?
I haven't really told anyone before, so I haven't really.
Okay, so this is the first time you're really talking about this, right? Okay. So based on the answers to these questions, it suggests that you're at a high risk for problems related to your alcohol use, and I'm just really concerned about some of this. Do you mind if I, go and ask you a few more questions?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So can you tell me some of the cons that come with your alcohol use, like?
The cons.
So some negative things in your life that come from drinking, or that you would correlate to this.
I think that my marriage is kind of rough right now. We argue a lot, and that might be due to drinking.
Okay. What are some pros to the drinking? Like, what do you like about it?
Well, it helps me sleep better.
Okay.
And it helps me get my mind off of things like my marriage and my stress at work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm seeing a connection here between drinking and stress. Do you feel that you drink more because of stress?
Yeah, I drink because I want to not feel the stress.
Okay, but then the drinking has also added stress to your marriage, too. Yeah. All right. I know that some of these are very personal questions and they can be difficult to talk about, so I just really appreciate you being so open and honest. Can we talk about some of your medical information?
Sure.
I've noticed that since the past 18 months, your blood pressure has seemed to go up. Is that something that's new?
I don't think so. I think I've been pretty normal.
Okay, so this could be a problem due to drinking. It says your blood pressure is 168 over 98. Your pulse would be 130, that's pretty high. That means your heart is working a lot right now. And it says that you had a BMI of 19, which that is a very healthy and normal BMI. And now you've gone down to 17.5, which tells me that your body is lacking the nutrients it needs to really function well. Have you felt tired and fatigued lately?
Yeah, it's just caused me to drink more though.
Cause you to drink more.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that because of your drinking, your BMI has dropped and your body is now?
Yeah, I do drink a lot more than I eat these days.
Okay, so you're replacing drinking with eating. Is that something that you think that you could try to change? Like, would you be willing to eat more like foods with nutrients and cut back on your drinking a little bit?
Yeah, I've kind of tried before.
Okay, but it hasn't worked. All right. So let me see if I understand this so far. So it sounds like your drinking hasn't increased over the past 18 months, and you think that this may cause some of these health problems like your BMI, your blood pressure, and your heart rate. And you think that you would be willing to try to cut back a little bit and eat a few more healthy foods, but it's hard because you've tried and you haven't been successful. Is that right? Okay. So right now I'm going to assess your readiness to change, and this is a scale. So 0 being not ready for change and 10 being ready for change. Would you be able to rate where you are on this?
Probably about like maybe between a 6 and a 7.
A 6 or 7, and your willingness to change?
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. So what made it a 6 or 7 and not like a 3 or a 4?
Well, I know that I need to change, and I want to, but I haven't really had the right people to help me with that.
Okay. So I'm going to assess your confidence. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how confident are you that you could change?
Probably like a 5, because I've tried before and I just haven't been successful.
Okay. So a 6 or 7, that is great. I mean, that shows me that you are really motivated to change, that this is something that you really want. And I think that this is something that you are fully capable of. So let's talk about a plan that we can work to incorporate this and make you successful for this change. So what are some things that you enjoy doing? Like some things that make you happy or reduce stress, or that you just...
like swimming and maybe like going to the gym. I used to do that.
Okay, so swimming and going to the gym. So that's something that we could, do you have a gym membership?
Yeah, but I haven't been in a while.
Okay, so maybe we could incorporate going to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week. Do you think that could like help reduce stress in your life?
I could get to that.
And you enjoy swimming, so does your gym have a swimming pool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about, you talked about drinking to help you sleep. Do you think that drinking can negatively impact your sleep?
I don't know.
So research has shown that actually people who drink, they have an easier time falling asleep, but your sleep quality throughout the night is actually very poor. And so you would be better off trying to do some deep breathing exercises before you go to bed. That would actually help you and improve your sleep quality. So you would be able to sleep longer and you would have a overall better ability to sleep, which would impact your ability to handle stress, and it would improve your thought process and stuff like that. Is that something that you would be willing to try, maybe cutting back drinking before bedtime?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. And what is your goal? Is the goal to stop drinking, to get back to where you were before?
Yeah, before I was just drinking on the weekends a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 drinks. I could see myself getting back to that. Maybe.
Okay. So, we've talked about working out, swimming are some things that you like, cutting back drinking before going to bed. What about your husband? Do you think he would be supportive of these changes?
Yeah, before I really got into drinking, he's always been supportive of me.
Okay, so he would support you and try to encourage you to cut back on your drinking? All right, so I think we made some really good progress here. I'd love to give you more information about some deep breathing exercises and give you some handouts about support groups that you could join to help you cut back on your drinking. I'm gonna go get that for you, okay?